Hi everyone! Today's video is to show you or to teach you more or less how is to write a report. So basically, first of all, what is a report? A report is a specific form of writing organized around identifying and examining issues, events, or findings that have happened in a physical sense, such as events that have occurred. The format of a report is really easy. Basically, you have a title, you have subtitles, and at the end you have the conclusion or the suggestions or recommendations. Every single report has a title. Please don't forget to write a title. The subtitles are basically what they ask you to report about in the instructions. For example, in here I wrote as an example advantages and disadvantages, and here the recommendations. You are going to have as many subtitles as the instruction asks you to report about. The instructions for the use of them. In the introduction, sorry, I'm a little bit sick, sorry. In the introduction, you will state the aim of the report and where you got or where you collected the information. The phrases that you can use to introduce the topic is, this report is intended to show blah blah blah, or this report is intended to discuss, or this report is intended to outline, or the aim of this report is to, the purpose of this report is to, or in this report I will blah blah blah. Choose only one of these sentences. Sorry. You don't have to use all of these sentences because that will not make any sense. So you will have to choose only one. So the introduction will be in this part of your report, and it is basically 1 to 3 lines maximum. So you will have to set the aim of the report and where you collected the information, basically. Remember that it is a formal piece of writing. That means that you have to use formal language and neutral style. And basically that means no contractions, no colloquial languages, no questions, no informal punctuation such as exclamation mark. So this is basically formal. For the subtitles, we already stated this one and the introduction. Now we're going to talk about the subtitles. You have to balance the positive and negative points fairly. Depending on what they ask you to write about is what you are going to write here in the subtitles. Use a range of a specific vocabulary or set phrases. Do not use a lot of adjectives and dramatic language. A report gives factual information. This is really important. You are just reporting things. You are not giving your opinion. You are not involving yourself in any part of the writing except for the last one, but we are going to go further there. So please, until here in the part of the subtitles, you are just reporting what you saw, what you feel, or whatever they are asking you to report. Subtitles must be according to what you are asked to report. Examples, the advantages or disadvantages, or it could be also, for example, they ask you to write a report in a restaurant you went to recently, and they ask you to write about the food, the services, and the facilities. So the food will be here, you write here food, here you write services, and here you write facilities, and then the suggestions. Now to continue, in the last part of the report, which is basically this one, the suggestions and recommendations, you will have to express your findings and recommendations or suggestions to what you are reporting. To do this, you have to be very well organized, brief, and clear. You have to be very clear. This is the only part of the text where you express your opinion. To conclude and making recommendations, you can start by saying, all these things consider blah blah blah. We have no hesitations in recommending. In this case, you have to change this for I, or depending on who is writing, okay? Then we have additional ideas. For example, if you want, this is helpful ideas, helpful sentences that you can use. It is also suggested to. Another point to consider is that another option would be to, or alternatively, moreover, furthermore, apart from this, in addition to this. So basically here you have, I'm not going to say all of them because I don't want to make an extended video. So I will leave you here so you can pause the video and check them so you can have all the sentences, the useful sentences that you can use. Points to remember. Do express opinions impersonally. That means don't use I. If in the report they are asking you to write it in the first person, is okay. However, if they are not asking you to do that, just do it impersonally, okay? Don't express recommendations or opinions until the conclusion. Check your tense forms, the spelling, and singular or plurals. Remember, this is for the IB test. So basically, this part is really, really, really strong to pay attention to. Include a personal recommendation if you are asked for one. If they are not asking you for your opinion, do not do it. Just go by the impersonal. You have to be very well organized. As you see, you have to decide what is in what topic, what is in what subtitle. So if you are not well organized, you are not going to accomplish to this topic, to this point. Briefly present the topic, includes the title and what it is about. This is for the introduction. Just be very, very clear and brief. You don't have to write like 5 sentences about that. With 1, 2 sentences, it's okay. Mention some things about the topic that support your recommendations from the reader's point of view. Remember that when you write something, it's for someone to read it. So try to be very clear and specific so people who are reading it can understand it. Here is an example of a report that I found and you might find useful. I am not going to read it, however, I'm going to post here the slides so you can pause the video and read them at the end. And here are the instructions, and here is the task already answered. If you have any question, please don't forget to write in the comments. Thank you and have a good day. Bye. See you next time.